We're alive.
We're alive, Grace. We're alive. We're alive. We're alive. Guys, we're alive.
We're alive.
Pass not sugar, no.
Sugar.
Please pass me the sugar.
The beautiful teapot that I'm still plotting on.
Yes. You know, Grace, you might want to be inviting a friend.
Yes.
I know you don't take much sugar.
We don't take much sugar, but just add for me.
I do.
Just a little bit.
You want to take one?
One spoon is okay. You can go add for me while I reach out.
1 spoon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so make sure you're safe. Mm-hmm. My milk. You take milk? You don't take milk. You don't take milk. You don't take sugar.
I know.
Okay, I'll have my milk. Just keep it there.
Very simple.
Yeah. Okay. Are you inviting our friends?
I am inviting
friends. We're inviting
friends.
you. We're inviting you.
I'm inviting our
our
women, Kenyans in the DMV, in Americas.
Okay. I'm inviting my
Karibuni.
Marketplace friends.
Karibuni.
Welcome everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? We're just taking a minute to invite our friends.
We are preparing our breakfast, also the most important meal of the day.
Yes. Nice. Okay.
Let me grab my tea. I see we put some milk.
Yeah.
Kenyan tea.
Kenyan tea. Wakati wowote ni wakati wa Bourbon Green Label tea. Chai ofisini, shamba.
Ni maziwa ya
Cases, any milk I tell you is Casey. I see it from another company.
You know, later maziwa ya
KCC.
Oh, our internet is trying to connect. Our friends, we are Cognizant. I saw a bit of a connection. The internet trying to connect here.
Okay.
That will be okay.
Okay. Breakfast
of champions in the diaspora. Thank you all that you're joining us. We see you. Karibuni. Grace.
Yes.
We have a kitoweo here.
Oh, yes.
If you can hear us, Sema Hoye.
Okay, Grace.
Yes.
Kumechacha.
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 Oh, Kumechacha.
Kumechacha.
Mwana mayaye.
Mwana mberi.
Mayaye.
Mwana mberi mshakuru.
Mwana mayaye.
Mwana mberi.
Mayaye.
Mwana mberi mshakuru.
Mwana mberi na Gracie.
Mwana mberi.
Gracie.
Mwana mberi mshakuru. Mwana mberi.
Tunarusi leo. Harusi naenda Kenya, my friend. Harusi imetoka Philadelphia mpaka Kisumu, Lake City. That's the first son. The first son is a Caucasian from America. Haya, karibu. Kumechacha. Oh Lord.
Even our neighbors know there's a wedding.
There's a wedding.
Yeah.
There's a wedding. How did I forget? Just tell me I have bad manners. I'm using the spoon. Are we gonna use this spoon for
We will use it. I'll use that one and
I
then
tell
we'll
you.
play with this one.
Welcome to the Diaspora, my friends.
Welcome.
Habari Diaspora, Kumechacha.
Meeting you
We are so
Saturday.
excited,
Just so
Saturday, and we are all dressed up in our police uniforms.
Different colors. You tell us.
Colors, navy blue police uniforms. Yes,
from
Oh,
Kujipange
Lord.
Studios,
From Kujipange
Philadelphia,
Studios,
we bring you Kumechacha with
Kumechacha
Grace and
very
Grace
well, yes.
on this beautiful Saturday morning. I'm telling you, the weather has broken on this side of the coast. It's beautiful.
It's
nice.
beautiful here, but we still want to send our condolences and great wishes, goodwill wishes to our friends, relatives, and family down the Carolina, South Carolina, North Carolina, and West Virginia, where Hurricane Florence has caused a lot of damage. If you know Mike Tyson and how he punches, they say this hurricane has got a Mike Tyson punch.
I think they moved it. It's a Category 5 hurricane now. So that is Mike Tyson energy.
Well, it landed, it was supposed to be Hurricane 4, but it landed on the shores of the Atlantic City, or the Atlantic, from the Atlantic. It landed in Carolinas as a Hurricane 1. But the damage, it's the sweeping damage, the moving storm.
So cars, homes, buildings.
3 people have died. Just sorry to hear that 3 people have died.
Condolences.
And you know, I always used to wonder why in America or Britain, you know, they used to ask each other, instead of asking, hello, habari yako, you know, how are you doing? They're like, how is the weather?
How is the weather?
They're so concerned about the weather. The weather here is something else, I tell you.
It's something serious.
I just know about long range, short range, you know, all this weather killing people. Although now we do have some flooding in Kenya, but I know in the Kano Plains where I come from,
the Mbei sweeps the
Mbei River, you can be swept like mpaka all the fish come in the water. You want to eat the fish, but there's nowhere to cook them. But at least a chopper can come and remove it from the thing.
So
but here you cannot escape this flood. So
the weather is an important thing.
We are grateful. It's important to be grateful for little things. We are grateful for little things. Hi, Patricia.
We are grateful for Patricia.
Joining us from the Netherlands.
Good morning or good evening. Yes. So the weather has been crazy. We are grateful for the weather we have in Philadelphia.
This police uniform of mine is disturbing me. This is the new Kenya uniform. Kenya police uniform, navy blue.
Oh wow!
We have no comments
for you today.
Yes,
packed show for you today. So
if your son or daughter wants to join the police force now, please make sure you introduce them to the color blue.
Make sure they tune into the show with
blue
you.
Ink, blue pencil, blue pen. And China. You remember we talked about China. But let it go. We already let it out there. Let the people decide. Let the Kenyans decide. Let's go to our show.
Making the uniforms in China, but let's just.
Here tender. Tender caused the murder of one lady. Tender caused the murder of one lady in Migori from Rongo University. I don't know who's getting this tender and whether they'll be alive when this tender is over. Grace, let's go to our show.
Let's go into the topic.
Yeah, and welcome everybody for the week. I know this is Saturday. As usual, some people don't have it easy. Some people it's so rough, but for some people it's so good. So for those who had it good, remain grateful. You know, God is good. And for those who had it rough, do not lose hope. Always reach out. There's a friend out there. Some friends are fake, but we also have real. We have real friends like the penny. Not everybody's fake. Don't lose faith in reaching out because somebody let you down along the way. Don't let somebody's experience or a bad experience with somebody deter you from achieving your goal, from making more friends. I got 1,000 friends. I may have dropped 30, but I still have 1,000. I want to keep it at 1,000.
So Grace, what did you do for your self-care this week?
Oh, for my self-care this week. Oh, Lord. I remembered, Grace, that I was on vacation this week, but you were at work. And every time I called you, you were like, Grace, we can't meet because I'm so busy. So I got you out of the office and took you to 30th Street where we had fun.
It was so much fun.
Yes. Just supporting you and enjoying your company was such fun. And I love the swings, to be honest. I loved swinging. I love swung on a swing. Did I swing on a swung or swung on a swing? I love swinged on a swung. I love swing when I was a baby, like 6 years old. That's when I sat on the swing.
When did we do the swing? Tuesday?
Yeah,
Wednesday. Oh wow, yeah. When we were doing our first promo of the week, and my self-care was my friend taking care of me. Got me out of the office. Come, let's swing on the swing. We did. I didn't know that 30th Street had adult
Grace and I make fun. We really laugh. Like we have some jokes that only us, the two of us, understand. We can laugh for hours. Yeah. I remember we were laughing on this. We were laughing. You know that laughter that comes from the belly. Yeah. Not the one that's like like you laugh like until your whole stomach feels warm and happy. Yeah. That's the laughter that I enjoy too. Yeah. So it was nice meeting you.
It was nice.
We walked by the Schuylkill River, just enjoyed the breeze from the lake. Yeah, ate some chips. And then we took a long walk through the city and we were like, wow, look at that beautiful building, look at that fountain. Things we don't get time to do when we're at work. We're always jumping on the bus, coming home, jumping on the bus, going to church, coming home. But just that free time, it was awesome.
I also like that the self-care was not just me doing something by myself. It was something that you did with somebody else, you know? So I appreciate that.
Yes.
Keep your friends close, yeah?
Keep your friends close and even closer and even closer and even closer and even closer.
But you know, Grace, we have not done our diaspora greeting. Hujambo diaspora.
Hujambo diaspora. Uyaore urunyi kwara mujajua mjikanja kana morienya. Morienya ubani watu wako. Chamge. Biore, Kemchos,
yes,
Sancho,
yes.
our 44th tribe, our favorite
our friends
tribe.
in Oman, our friends in Doha, UAE,
yes.
Netherlands,
yes.
D. Ongera,
Germany.
Welcome.
Thank you. Our friends in Kisi.
Our friends in
Salimu sana. We know you are having matoke. I long for matoke. I miss matoke.
Someone put it in the suitcase.
Oh, please, when you visit us, bring us some matoke. I like that. There's a Kisi song I used to know. It was about locusts. I don't know if my friends in Kisi, you're still those locusts that come and destroy the farm still come. We used to sing it to something like
that reminds me of like one of those songs we did in music club.
Yes, yeah. The Kisses are our neighbors down there. Yeah. We went to school, and my friends, Kwamboka Yaro, Kwamboka Manoti, Kwamboka Uchera, Kwamboka. Greetings to all of you. You taught me that song. Eke Akakura, Manganse.
Hujambo, sending love greetings
from
Diaspora. You're in Kenya, we love you.
Because we don't care, but so many tribes in Kenya, it's hard to remember all of them.
So don't forget, we have shout outs, yes?
Yes, and what are we having for breakfast? Boys? You know,
before we get into our shout
this is America. You eat mandazi with a fork.
This one is yours.
You're the one who taught me how to eat with a fork last week. This mandazi is still hot. Just came from the kitchen downstairs.
You know,
I was making the mandazi while you were making the potato. Show off your potatoes.
But you know, as when we eat ugali, otonje is beaten with a very hot. Ugali must be very hot to beat that otonje. So mandazi does not scare me. But when we have this mandazi here,
I became Americanized. I now eat mandazi with fork. I eat oranges with fork.
And what we have here is deep fried potatoes. They've actually been spiced with some of you call it chibundiro. I've seen many people trying to buy chibundiro online. You can also spice it with pilau masala. You boil it a little bit so that the tightness comes out, and then you deep fry it in oil, and it's so yummy. It's crispy outside and very nice and soft on the inside.
Okay.
That's my mama's secret. Don't tell her.
Hi, Fanny Ruta. Welcome.
Karibu.
Yes. So this is our breakfast today. We have yogurt, banana yogurt. Yeah, this banana yogurt, you know that banana is very important in supporting immunity and digestive health. Banana has calcium. Women are required, or they recommend that as a woman you eat a banana a day. And even for a man, you're going to have that bone density problem if you don't have enough density. You also have, my favorite orange juice, fresh orange juice, which we call juice. Juice. Tamus.
And me, I'm drinking my classic.
Like I've never tasted orange before.
Oh, Grace, where did you pluck these oranges from?
Some milk for your protein, orange juice. Yeah.
And classically, ketepa tea. We put in a little of milk there, just for a little bit of color.
Yes.
And we are set for breakfast. Grace,
and then you're forgetting the onion.
What are we gonna do this onion dip?
Yeah, you can. If you don't like your potato dry, you can dip your onion in it.
I think this is an American.
It's an American thing, but now. You do work with what you have. So that's the dip. At home, maybe we should have done a kachumbari.
We should have done kachumbari, yeah. So Grace, I want to give a shout out as we always appreciate our viewers.
Yes,
every
thank
Saturday,
you, viewers.
Not even just Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
for
Friday.
For those who comment on our pages, for those who give us suggestions, for those who we really love, those who criticize us, we are very welcome. Because if people don't criticize you, then you don't improve.
Yeah, you don't.
Even if it's negative criticism. Turn it around and say, how can I make it better?
Yeah, what are they saying and how can you improve upon that?
Yeah, I know at some point in my life, I used to not like criticism. I used to, if you criticize me, I would just drop you. Delete, people delete you from my friendship. I had a long friendship list. And I would delete people. Like this.
Yeah, you wrote every friend down.
Yeah, I wrote all I'm a writer. I used to list all my friends. I had a number. And every time we disagreed, you said something I didn't like, I would cross you off the list. But I grew over it. I got over it.
I'm glad.
So now I appreciate, with life as I grow old, I appreciate that. Criticism, whether constructive or destructive, can be useful. Although if it's destructive, you can keep away from the person. But still remember that people tell you the worst thing, when they're at their most, when they're angriest.
So we're here to appreciate our viewers. You watch us, you patronize us, you come to us, and you come to us for information, news, resources, fun. So we appreciate you.
So Grace, these are some
of the few people I want to shout out. There's no way.
I want to get to that story. I want to get to that story of the dowry.
We want to take our time.
Okay.
We want first to give a shout out to Nanis.
You are the charcoal. All right.
I want to first give a shout out to Nanis Bright, Caroline Olero, Elias Njue, Dorothy Akoth, Martha Odein, Fancy Ruto, I see you there.
Hello.
Walter Koga, Apoyo Biggie, doing great work.
Thank you for their good-hearted friends non-profit that helps the people who are in need. Like this is a really great job you're doing. Keep it up, and we hope that Tujipange at some point we will join you and support you.
Also, Julius Maritim, Jane Barkeben, Wangu Mkenya Ujerumani, doing great work there.
And please go to our website, Mkenya Ujerumani. There's a lot of good news.
Michael Kinara Tangi, Millie C. Johnson, hi
Millie Johnson, thanks for all the wonderful flyers you do for Tujipange.
Yes, Caroline Jerry, Eunice Were, Fuli Solo Ajigo.
I want to stop you and say something about Caroline Jerry. Caroline Jerry, we want to give you a special thank you because you reached out to us about a friend, we will not name her, the only Kenyan person living in Scranton who had a 6-week baby in intensive care unit, and there was no Kenyan to go and visit them.
Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Yes. So you reached out to us, although you didn't know us, you reached out to us and we were able to reconnect with that lady. So if there's any Kenyans in Scranton, Pennsylvania, please inbox us into Tujipange. There's a sister who has a daughter in ICCU and needs just your moral support.
Needs support and presence. Yes. Thank you for that.
Thank you for that.
Damaris Karoki, Margaret Kungu, Johnny Omondi, Sada Mazrui, Milka Anderson, Jane Musonye, Sally Udoi, Tana Gerono, Awino Carlton, Caroline Osodo.
Thank you.
Belinda Boket.
Awino Carlton, you promised to come and join us in Philadelphia for one of our dances. And we'll let you know where the dance is. Where you can break a leg. Where you can break a leg and keep young.
Nico Gutombe and the International Cultural Festival happening today.
In Allentown. Sorry we could not be there, but we are here with you. And we are giving a shout out. If you're in Allentown, Pennsylvania, or the whereabouts, there's an International Cultural Festival. We have Samba Mapangala and the group, so please join them.
Very exciting. Vincent Ojuka, China White, Mukoya Iowa, Charlie Black Nyang, I see you, David Brown, Isaiah Nyandega, Vera Omocha, Eddie Ambani, Aoko Midio, Siobhan Lewis Graham.
The man with many names. Thank you, and we hope to bring you here to Tujipange so you can dance, show us some Jamaican dances, and come with your young girls. They're really beautiful. These girls have a career in dancing. But in America, dancing as a career is taken very seriously. And if you have a little young girl or boy who is dancing, don't beat them and tell them, go read your book. Develop that career.
Develop that talent. Nduta Pauline, Rhoda Anono, Tom Maina, Odhiambo Kauma, and last but not least, the African Warrior magazine. Mukurima X Karaoke.
Good job.
News this week.
For publishing the top 40 most remarkable, inspiring Kenyan women who are doing a great job. And at this point, I can see D. Kemi Ongera, Karibu Sana,
Victoria Kageni, welcome.
Victoria. I hope you're fine.
And so thank you everybody.
Thank you for supporting our show. Without you, we will not be moving. We will not be getting great. I counted the views and they're almost 90,000. But let the Luo in me not brag. Just grateful. Kwitu, Luitu, we support you. Queens of the Nile. Amasa said all the Kenyan groups trying to find a way and support each other. Kenyans in America, we love you.
Now, Hatujambo Victoria, welcome for joining us.
Thank you.
If this is your first time tuning in to
and you want to know whether you people have your
welcome.
breakfast, please type in what you had for breakfast, because we don't want you watching us on an empty stomach.
Don't watch on an empty
stomach. You might fall asleep on us.
We have mandazi, we have nice deep fried potatoes and fruit, so join us. Grace.
Yes.
Mary. Mary.
We have a wedding.
We have a wedding.
And the wedding is going to Nairobi.
We have a wedding.
But Nairobi to Kisumu.
Wedding in Kumechacha. We're trying to bring this computer so it can be so clear. Thank you, Victoria, for
we are getting
us on the internet.
This wedding, we are going to Nairobi.
We are going to Nairobi. Kumechacha kabisa.
We are heading to Nairobi.
Yes.
Not Nairobi. Past Nairobi to Kisumu. The wedding might be Nairobi. Please,
who knows?
Please budget for your bus.
So bring us into this. We found a message in our inbox, on our this week, and our friend is looking for advice. 33-year-old
Kenyan girl, congratulations, mama, lady, for finding the one. Congratulations. People look for husbands. People pray. People fast to get husbands. People go visit funny places to get husbands. But this one finally came to America and got the one.
Yes.
And she's 33 years old. In Kenya, if you're 24, they say you're old. 33-year-old. As I told you, just before I got married in my 50s. And you can find love. These are some of the freedoms in America. I attend weddings of people who are 70, 80 years. It's about love and companionship. It's not about age. Yeah, but it also depends on why you're married. Yeah, someone might marry you just because they like your mother. Or someone might marry you just because of your job. And they are honest about it here. You know, not everybody says I'm marrying you for love. They say I'm marrying you because I like everything.
So what does they say? What's the problem?
This couple stays in Vegas. And they've been in a relationship for 10 years. They're career people, and their parents are career women. Both the father and mother are middle class. The boyfriend is white, American. And so they've been living for 5 years, although they've dated for 10 years. So they say the parents at home are well taken care of. She says she takes good care of her parents at home. But the parents are not satisfied at home. The parents want her to take the lady home. So they want to take the man home. The man home, yes.
Bring our guests.
Bring our guests. We don't want, because really in the African culture, if you're living with a woman and you've never paid dowry, that's a friend. That's a girlfriend. Even if, well, they say after 7 years it's customary marriage, but wait until the funeral day arrives. They will not bury you. They will say the bull was not brought.
So the family is dissatisfied, even with all of this.
With all the care they're getting at home, they're paying for the parents' hospital expenses. They're built for the family a beautiful house down by the lake, but they're not happy. They want this man. They've even talked to him on Skype, but that is not enough. They want to see the man.
They want
to assess him. They want to assess him like a cow. Before he beats the cows, they must assess him. How tall is he?
Quality.
Quality.
Open the mouth. What
are his manners? What are his manners? How does he treat their girl? Because this physical assessment is such an important aspect of the African, customary marriage, setup. And then who knows this man? Like you can't just bring a man from nowhere. In this case, there was no jagamio. There was no eye opener. The person who introduced the person.
So the parents, the parents want more than just a picture. They want more than just a phone. Hello, my name is John, and I'm your, I'm staying with you. They want more than the formalities. They want to get into the person, They want to marry in the African style.
Yes. Or your name is Peter, or Melchizedek, Gregory, hi Greg. This Greg. Now the other problem was that the parents cannot speak the English, and this man does not understand English or Swahili. So how are they? The parents of the man are asking, how are they going to communicate?
Right.
And then the parents are both working. They have full-time jobs, and they don't see why they should take a ticket all the way to Kenya to pay for dowry.
So let's bring it. Let's bring it back. Right. There's this lady. She's ready to get married. She has found the one.
She's ready.
The parents are saying that's fine. Just bring him home. Bring him so that we can assess him and give him the full African treatment before he marries our daughter. On the other side is the to-be husband's family. Working class, American contemporary, do not speak English or Kiswahili, and they're happy with the
the couple is happy. But Grace, just read the list of what the parents are demanding.
Let me tell you,
this is crazy.
This is what made
the list they want for the Mzungu. For the Mzungu, the list they want the Mzungu things to take home. Just read that.
And this is the cracks.
Yes.
They want nyuolber sufurias. You know nyuolber?
You know those big round sufurias that are black like our cups at the bottom? The one they use for making like ugali and nyoyo at the funerals.
Like this.
They want big
sufurias. They also want oluku, and that is
the cooking ladle. For korogari. 6 cooking ladles.
6.
6 cooking.
They want 15 white handkerchiefs.
For the one of them is for the father to be putting in his suit,
and the other one's for the suits. And then
for the father to wipe off the sweat whenever he sweats.
They also want kitenges, 16
kitenges.
This is beautiful. This is one of the beautiful.
So they want 16 kitenges. They're asking how will the man identify the girl when they are put in a row during the dowry ceremony, and he has to pick up who the girl is. So the man has to cover all his
cover the face,
the sisters and the aunt, and then the other kitenges are for them to step on when the girl is going to be introduced to the family. 16 kitenges. Watu wa Mombasa, kuna kazi hapa nakwambia, kuna tenda. There is a tender for 16 kitenges and more for people. The wedding is coming to Kenya.
And also, they want a mobile phone. How are they going to contact the in-law without a phone?
They want
each
phones. The father wants a mobile phone, the mother wants a
bahasha, envelopes.
For
all the aunties, esteemed ladies.
Who takes the mother?
Taking the mother to
handbag, the mother's handbag. The lady who accompanies the mother to the church, to the funeral. She's called the mother's handbag. Kibeti the mother's companion. The aunt who opens for the chicken early in the morning. The aunt
bahasha.
The aunt who's
and it's not empty envelope, so
bahasha, money. They want money. They want dollars. They want to see the green thing, the green paper. The people who will be cooking, jote, the what
catering bahasha.
The one who will step on the chicken, lunya the neck, and slaughter it, and still remember this man may not have seen a whole chicken, so he's gonna get some culture shock. In fact, the culture shock is already simmering into the US with this list. Let's finish the list so we move on.
Me this story is
I like chap.
You like chap. Yes. Another thing that he wants is Baba wants a suit.
Baba wants two suits. Baba wants a 2 suits for the dowry.
With the hat with the feathers.
He wants a blue suit and a black suit. And a matching kofias with a feather. That's the father of the bride.
Blankets. What are they going to sleep
2
on?
Blankets.
White sheets with flowers.
White sheets, preferably with flowers at the tips.
And something special a year for the
parents. I tell you, these parents.
And this is not even dowry. We have not even begun that conversation. You sit down and talk.
This is a year. This is a year, but they also gonna nowadays a year is mixed with dowry. Did you finish your list, Grace? Baba wants a suit. And Mama wants a dress. Mama just wants a dress.
So that was the initial. That was the initial list that was given to our dear fiance on the other side to take over.
Yes.
And the parents, they are looking at this list. Their father, the husband, to-be husband, are looking at this list and saying,
first of all,
on top of traveling to Kenya,
right. She just
because she's not going to get married. She's not getting married in America. She's getting married in the village.
Yeah, but when you went to Kenya,
I went to Kenya. And it costs about $1,500, about $150,000. And you know,
and these are the father, the mother,
the father,
the
mother,
man, the father, the mother, the bride and the groom. So this is almost breaking up. The lady says, my family is almost breaking up my marriage, and the man doesn't know what to do because this is not their culture. The parents are working full time. They say they really don't have time to come and carry all this. This luggage is even gonna be taxed. So they could buy some in Nairobi. The luggage will be taxed. But what's important is the parents say, why don't we just go to City Hall? You saw us at City Hall yesterday. We were at City Hall finding out the cost. City Hall, the parents just want to go to room 413. They only need $90 to get the license. They don't need, when you're getting married in Philadelphia or in most parts of America, you don't need a white wedding dress. You can wear, I can even go like this. Nobody cares about the dress. I had a friend who got married in her backyard and she didn't even have shoes. The lady had been waiting for the man to ask for a proposal for 13 years. And when he said, darling, can I marry you? She just went and took any clothes from the wardrobe, ran to the backyard and inboxed the marriage counselors online. Even right now, if you want to get married, you're in America, you can inbox online the marriage counselors online. You just need 2 weeks. In fact, this is a great job, Grace. Why don't we do this? Maybe we could also become wedding celebrants. You just need 2 weeks online course and then you become a marriage celebrant, and then you don't even charge the person for
so you don't even need to, you know how people go get
married. You don't have to be a pastor.
You
don't have to be a pastor to be
you
married.
You can take a training course actually online, and
yeah,
you can have the license.
Your best friend. Yeah, you can get your best friend to marry you behind your backyard. So what are you marrying for?
Yeah,
you're marrying for each other.
Yeah.
So these parents, how do we help this family? So this is the proposal from the man's parents. Let's go to City Hall. Let's pay $90. We can pay for you $90. We have a friend who's a celebrant. She doesn't want anything. She's doing it for free. And then we'll pick the wedding certificate after 3 months, and it's another $60. Yeah. So the whole wedding thing is going to cost $150. They can cook in their house. Normally people just go out for dinner. They can go just the 4 of them and maybe one witness. And then at City Hall, the clerk there can witness for you. You don't have to bring a witness. You don't need best maids. You don't need best man. You don't need all your aunts, uncles, and children. You don't need to argue and make enemies on who should be who in the lineup.
The part about this that really is calling to how this lady is feeling is saying that she wants all parties respected, right? She wants all parties respected, but how do you do that when you have 2 families, right?
Yes.
Who cannot even communicate on the basis of one person is with the Caucasian side of the family saying, we're not paying for dowry. What is this? We want, they have a completely different cultural understanding on what marriage is. Yeah, and it's so hard to talk to communicate with this, even to say, oh, let Baba talk to Baba and have a conversation.
Yeah, that is not even happening. There has to be a translator.
There has to be a translator. There has to be a conversation in place.
Having a translator is the worst thing in a relationship. Remember that I remember this story from Kenya of those early days when a lady used to write a letter to the boyfriend and in the army, and the lady would just write her own things. The man would say, "Oh, say I love you," and the person would write as if that was their letter. So the person might not tell the truth about what is happening. But I don't know who should learn. Should the parents learn
asking for advice,
or should the man's parents learn English?
I don't know. Something needs to happen. Someone needs to make a decision.
Those of you who are married, those who have interracial marriages, tell us: did you teach your parents your mother tongue, or why should my parents learn English right now when they're in their 80s? Just because I'm getting married? Why can't the Zungus learn the Luo or Swahili?
Me, I don't care if you have to translate it into 5 languages. I want a wedding. I don't want to be single. Too many singles in Philadelphia. Too many singles in Las Vegas. I want to have a successful marriage. I don't want to start a marriage on miscommunication, on unmet expectation. So our friend is stuck in the middle.
Parents. Let these people get married, because the Pew Research Center in Philadelphia says that only 20% of couples are married in Philadelphia. 80% of women in Philadelphia don't want to be married because they say marriage is a lot of work. Too much work. You go to work, you come home, it's like the second shift. Marriage for the women in Philadelphia is like a second job. So this woman has got the opportunity of a lifetime to get married. Let us help her. What should we do?
What should we do? Yeah. It gets to situations like, it gets to a point where one of my friends went to Kenya. They did the whole thing. They respected. They went home. And then, when conversations broke down at the dowry, they refused that she get married because they did not bring enough money for the dowry. And they were telling the people in America to come, and they traveled. And they had given a year, they've given mule bear, they've given mobile phone and bahasha. When it came to the dowry point, the uncles refused. That can happen. That can happen in many of our weddings. You can come home with a whole potential husband and go back without a husband because the family at home has said, you brought 16 cows, but we told you 32. So you're not marrying her until you bring those 32 cows. It's so true. It happens.
Yeah, and let these cows not die within the first month, because that marriage will be dissolved. Cows must not die. Dowry cows are not supposed to die. They're immortal. Yes, they're supposed to be used for another brother to marry and another brother to marry. If you are getting cows for the dowry, make sure they are healthy cows. Touch the cow, touch the teats of the cow, test them, see if they produce milk. Take cows that are are healthy. Go with your vet. As you go to the market, Hapo Ahero market on Tuesday, Hapo what's that market? Lubao market, where they sell dogs. You can also go with a dog and cows. Impress people. This is impressive stuff. Yeah. But what I didn't like the other time was And then your coming brother-in-law has to be coached, because one brother-in-law came home. Yeah, the man came to pay dowry. He was so tired, the sun was so hot, he passed everybody in the living room and went right into the parents' bedroom. And he said, I'm so tired, and he removed his vest. This was such serious bewitchment. This man came all the way from America to bewitch the family. A son-in-law, he had not even asked for dowry. He went right past everybody in the bedroom, in the living room, and slept on the parents' bed. How do you see when you are going, as I will just tell you, as an American going to Kenya, please learn. You can read this on the plane. It's a 24-hour, is it 24-hour flight, Grace?
For some people.
For some people, or if you're going through Qatar and whatever, it might be 2 days. But read, find out. Google is your best friend right now. If you want to intermarry, Google is your best friend. Everything is there. Don't go into a parent's house and go into the parents' bedroom and pass everybody. And people are like, wow, don't bring video, camera, video.
But that's a responsibility. That's a responsibility for them. For the who's gonna coach their brother-in-law?
I don't know, but some of these things are unpredictable. The culture shock can just make you. The person was so tired. He saw so many people. Here, you don't visit people like that. Everybody in the village had come to see the guest. And the guest walked past everybody and just slept, removed his vest. Yeah, and then the lady was running after him like, come out, but it was too late. He had already committed the crime. Chira.
When you get married in the US, everyone sits together. There's, you eat together. You go home, you just do what you're doing.
Like you just have your father-in-law. I can take my father-in-law, mother-in-law for
You can take the bus to your wedding and come back and move on to the next stage. So who is there compromise? Yeah, we're seeing so many differences. Well, how can we support our friend who is in this middle place?
But now,
how is she going to have a wedding? What wedding is she going to have?
But Grace, if a man someone really loves you, there is a way. There can be a way.
I think
it's easier for the couple to bring their parents to America. And even because now even in Kenya, people meet in a hotel and pay dowry, and you can even pay a check. I don't know what this physical presence is about, but for a start, let the lady buy clothes and the suit for the father. It's not a big deal. If you go to the Nordstrom or whatever, Macy's or whatever, there's a rack. And some clothes are like $10, $2. Let the father wear the suit.
I think this is a very important topic.
The father's shoes.
Size 16.
There's no size.
He has big shoes.
Then the suit will be expensive.
The brother-in-law, that new neighbor, new guest coming in needs to be able to provide and fill those shoes. Yeah, I think this is a very important topic, especially for young women.
Yeah, how even other people do it? Tell us how you did it so we can post your experience on our page.
Even for first generation Kenyans, I can imagine this is something that you'll have to ask. You are here in a stage lunch, you want to get married and you want to figure out, okay, how do I respect my tradition? This is what we know. Some of my friends, that's what we talk about. How do you respect your tradition? And still don't, maybe you don't want dowry to be paid on you. Maybe you have different ideas on what that is.
In fact, the parents complained that they're paying. They're paying for this woman. They're paying. They don't understand the dowry concept. They're paying. They say, what should they pay? And then now that we worked in America, you know that it's not easy to come by money. There are expenses, there are bills.
Let's talk about the wedding committee and what that in Kenya. I don't think.
There's no wedding committee here. Here you have to cater for your own wedding.
Utajipanga. Those wedding committees, they start meeting three months before the wedding, every Tuesday. It's a budget. Everyone is putting money, and this is not dowry. This is not the visitation. This is the actual day itself. Where you can get married and have a sit down in a restaurant. Now you have done your reception and you're done for the day. So there's a lot of expenses that they're looking for. They're looking at, and it's real.
So this couple stays in Vegas, Las Vegas, and they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But she's Kumechacha Vegas, and then she has had to write for us to support her. And we really do support her. We think this is workable. And if you have any suggestions for this lady, please inbox us. We don't like to embarrass anybody. And this could be you, but remember that marriage is not always about money. The wedding. Okay.
There's some feedback from Victoria. At some point, the couple will have to make a decision, right?
They can't make a decision. They're on the point of breakup. Grace is a professional counselor. Maybe you give us the solution.
I'm saying, I really like Victoria's opinion of at some point the couple will have to make a decision on what they want to do, right? Because it is their wedding, it is their union. They'll have to sit down and say, how do we compromise? Should we bring our family to America? What should we do? The groom is marrying more than the beautiful bride. It's tough, but manageable. Yes. So when you marry in Africa, you marry the family. You're not just marrying an individual, which is probably the difference that we're seeing. Because here, just go. You don't even need a witness. But in African context, you can go barefoot. In African context, you'll see all your relatives all the way from 2 generations and all the way there.
In my community, marriage is a community affair. That's why when something happens, people are involved in the dowry. People who take the money, people who take their year and the envelopes. It's a community affair. That's why when something happens, anybody has an opportunity. Anybody is allowed to comment on it. Here, when something happens between the two of you, it's just the two of you. But once you get involved with dowry and all those affairs, people can comment on your marriage. They can post your stories on Facebook. It doesn't matter. You are their wife. You're their wife. They can ask for receipts. You're their wife. Yeah. So
it is a tough situation.
It's just a matter of, I think everything is about planning and timing.
And communication.
So remember that not everybody in America or in Kenya has the money, and that here a lot of people are homeless. There's poverty. Some people, maybe the husband just came out of prison. He might be in recovery. He's been going through an addiction problem. Maybe he has no insurance. But what is your priority? So this can work. Patience is needed, and it's just a communication issue. They can plan. They can save. You know, they can go to Kenya.
And young lady, do not be afraid to talk about what you want.
What do you want?
What do you want?
You're not here to please anybody. So what do you want? That's really important.
And as we transition into the next topic, you remember that wedding is a one-day event, maybe 5, depending on some weddings take 3 days and all that. But they have a beginning and an end.
For better,
marriage is better or worse.
Let me ask you, this man, this man, is he going to build a home? Because you know that song that says, "Take me home." Terane odi madala. Odi madala. They want to go and see the ladies' home. Odi madala. Terane odi terane odi madala. Terane odi terane odi madala. Terane odi terane odi madala. Hey, Norwaka. Chini. Norwaka di matawelo. Norwaka. So they want to go and see the home. Going home is important. Having your home is important. America is our home, but there's our other home. So dual citizenship one day. Our friend in Vegas, I hope this information has been useful. When you find the wedding, solidify, send us an invite. And we'll give you some suggestions from our viewers. Our friends out there say it is workable. It has worked. There are people who have gone, and people have crossed oceans, rivers, climbed mountains, almost killed themselves, jumped over roofs for love. And you've got a loved person here, make an effort, go home, meet the parents, or bring the parents here. Make it real. Real. Because an idea is just an idea. Before you make it translate it into reality, it's just a dream. Make these parents meet if they're well.
Actually, that's some great advice.
And if you have to have a committee here, you can call a committee in the US. The Diaspora in the US, are you ready to have a committee for this baby to send this man and the woman home to Kenya? What are friends for? Where are your friends, my dear sister?
I've given for wedding committees. Maybe I'll be a flower girl or something, but my days of giving money are over.
This lady has relatives. Why do you want to steal a family's flower girl lineup? Okay, let's move on. So, after the wedding, what's next?
After wedding comes marriage.
And now, when these people have their wedding, which we believe they will have, it made us think about for better or for worse. They're going to make these vows. And this is for better and for worse, and they're not even married. They're still cohabiting. For better or for worse. What does that mean?
What does that even mean?
For better
we
or
were
for
actually
worse.
looking this up because we said, was this in the Bible? I don't remember.
I don't think
it's written into any constitution, but here for better or for worse is like a narrative that vumilia, whether it's vumilia or celebrate, where is this thing coming from? Are we just regurgitating words from some entity or what's happening?
So when you're talking of for better or for worse, these words came before Christ. So the rich merchants, before Christ, we used to have something called por, which is kidnapping the girl. So when a man identified a man for the daughter, he would inform the father and then bring the daughter over. But a lot of the people, it was free marriage. So a lot of people didn't have property. They just used to work for others. But now the people who wanted property started saying they wanted written statements so that they would not lose their property. Because they were bequeathing their son or daughter with the property, then it had to be written down. So they created this thing. It was before Christ, 450 before Christ, and it went on up to the 1920s. And they decided that it was for better or for worse, so that you start with your property.
It's a concrete
if you left, then
agreement, right?
Cement agreement, Mutafari agreement. Yes, but now we just wondered about standing by your husband or wife at a difficult time, because we just have a very unfortunate situation in Kenya about the governor of Migori. The wife came out, the children came out, the wife came out to stand by him. Was that for better or for worse?
You know, who defines better or worse? Because you talk to someone and they'll say, of course, absolutely, that is for better or for worse. And someone will say, my line is here and this is worse, and I'm not going there.
Yes, and a lot of people criticize the woman, the wife, the first lady, for standing by for better, but hers was for worse because her whole demeanor, her whole situation, and it's a difficult situation.
It is a difficult situation.
Because she agreed to stand by him despite him allegedly being accused of murder. She stood by him despite him, the lady, the late Sharon, God rest her soul in eternal peace, going on playing a video record to the reporter, to the reporter Barack Oduor, that the governor had asked her to abort the child because she said having this child is gonna interfere with my political office, But she still stood by him despite her husband wanting the baby, the county baby, the Migori County baby, the tender baby to be aborted, and she stood by him despite him confessing that he had another relationship with him, with Sharon, and that she was giving him all this money that he probably was not giving her. So she stood by him. Then we also remember the case of Winnie Mandela and Nelson Mandela, who stood by who? Was Mandela able to stand by Winnie when he came back from prison?
As Winnie had stood by Mandela.
Or was he so angry that he could not forgive his own wife, but forgave the apartheid regime? But he was not able to forgive his own wife. Was Winnie able to stand by Mandela and wait for him for 27 years? Or did she, instead she fell in love with a young lawyer? We thought of that. Then we thought of Raila Odinga, the Kenyan still opposition leader, I guess, in detention, and Mama Ida Odinga, how they went and even fired her from Kenya High School. She still stood by him, and she has continued to stand by him. I don't know if it's the women who are standing more by the wife than the husband.
I really like what you're saying, because these examples, are we really just talking about examples that have to do, because I'm thinking, can we say medically? Because, there's some people who will stick by, wives who have serious medical illness, who are sick and stand by them.
I've seen a man do that. Remember the man who's been walking to the hospital to feed the child every day. And then former President Mwai Kibaki, child president, he kept standing by his wife Lucy, even though there was the woman, Mama Mwai, in the picture. He kept saying, I have only one wife. I have only one wife, although there was this other wife. He kept saying, I have only one wife, because he recognized and respected her feeling. So we've had people coming up. Remember the Monica Lewinsky saga, where the president, then President Bill Clinton was about to be impeached. I don't know if he was ever impeached, but the Hillary Clinton stood by him. Stood by him, although they say she kept slapping him. But who knows what happens in people's homes? Who are we to judge or measure the better?
Systems are different. We can't measure the same, maybe the same action, but what systems
but
are these
Grace,
people
let me tell you.
What are but
if you touch me, if you slap me once, let me tell you, let that be the first and the last slap. I cannot stand for better or for worse with someone who's abusing me, physically, verbally, mentally, and whatever way. If you beat me, that's the end of it. Not only will I'll not just run away, I will take you to court. Because those are abuses. It is for better or worse, but now that is for worse. There's no T in that vow.
And that's actually like a better and worse.
It's not good. And then again, we said for better. For better is when things get good in a marriage. Maybe you got someone you started from scratch. You started with 1 teaspoon. You started with 1 cup. You started with 1 dress. You started with nothing, and you come up together.
And you know
but
what?
then when things get better, the person abandons you.
This better for worse thing is not one person is on one side and
one
then you're
person,
you are both on together. You're both in worse. If there's something that's happening within your system, you are a unit, right?
You're a unit.
You're a unit during the good times and the bad times. Not now. If it's an issue of abuse, now you're supposed to vumilia, or that narrative of perseverance, where that is where the narrative gets just confused, sura yangu haikuwa na alama hata moja. Abuse is such a serious topic. It's such a serious topic, and it comes down to that better or worse.
Gender-based violence, whether it's a woman beating up a man, or it's a man beating up a woman. That one is not. That is not better or worse. That is the worstest, and that is just time to part ways. And these boundaries are drawn very clearly. Even in the African traditional marriage, like in my community, you can return the cows. You can always return the cows if things are not working. Just make sure they are the very same cows that were brought. You cannot go and buy other cows at a hero market. Different cows, because these cows are brought with their own rope.
Yeah.
And when you
say that
cows,
when you drop the cows off, you leave you go back with
your rope,
because
because this rope is the evidence.
Come back and
this rope is so important that if I were you as a man, I would keep it in a bank. This cow,
direct deposit box.
This is evidence. Security. This is security. Don't let anybody chew your cows. Don't let anybody steal your cows, because this cow. Steal your ropes, because these are the ropes in case there is a divorce and someone breaks their boundaries, and it becomes for goodest or for worst. It becomes for worstest. Then you can go get your cow. So whenever you go to pay dowry, go back with your ropes and let them be the same cows. Take good care of these cows, because if these cows die, then that marriage is indissoluble. It is indissoluble.
And I think about even whether it be marriage, long-term relationships, cohabiting. Remember, when you're getting into a relationship, you need to be on a journey of your own self-exploration and self-identity. Because those are the times at which you'll be able to be like, to make that distinction for yourself. What's really happening in this interaction? What's happening in this? Am I being respected? Am I respecting the other person?
And you have relationships where a man is giving a woman his urine to drink fasting every morning. You are drinking, the man is urinating in a cup and giving you to drink, and you're saying this is love? How is that love? How could this be love? How can this be love? So that is where, for better or for worse, becomes very it becomes slippery. It becomes slippery, because this is no longer. This is, for better or for worse, is within the confines and designs of love. When it goes outside, if it goes beyond love, then the courts now come in. That's when you can now go for the court to listen. And the court can even nullify a traditional marriage. You don't have to return the cows. Listen to this, my friends. You do not. We support marriage. We don't want divorce. But when it becomes, the court allows you to divorce under irreconcilable differences. What else? Infidelity. Infidelity, you can actually be jailed for 7 years. If you are keeping another relationship and you have a child with another lady, you can be jailed for 7 years. But remember that there are different kinds of marriages in Kenya. So in the African Christian marriage, if your first marriage is in church, then you can be sued in court for having another wife or another relationship, because that is now bigamy. And the jail is 7 years. But if your first marriage is dowry, then the man can bring in otherwise, because you're marrying under the traditional wedding. But also remember that these traditional weddings have opportunities to talk about the marriage in a healthy way, and to even have institutions of divorce. So like in my community, good morning, Apia, Rumona, Terence, happy Sabbath. So even within my community, you can return the cows. Divorce is allowed. Just make sure they're the same cows. The same cows you bought, even if it's 50 years later, it must be the same cows. You cannot exchange the cows. Otherwise, you're stuck. You're stuck in that. Don't keep the cows. Keep the cows. And remember, and then greed. Eating too much is divorce. If you read African Southern philosophies of the Southern Nile, the laws of the Nile by ABC Ochola Yayo, I'm not sure if I got the title right. It tells you circumstances under which a Luo man can be divorced. If he eats too much. If he eats your food and eats his food and eats your food. If he draws draws a map on the mogo, on the unga. If he counts for you the chicken, if he names all the 23 parts of the chicken, you know that a chicken has 23 parts, including the intestines, the uoro. Uoro, greed is a room for divorce. The elders will allow that divorce. You will take back your cows. Yeah, the polygamy is not cause for divorce. That's why they have the names for polygamy. The first wife is Mikai, the second wife is Nyachira, the third wife is Reru. These three are the official wives that are allowed in my Luo community. The fourth wife and the rest are called concubines. So, but they're allowed. They're not wives, they're concubines.
So I want to put in a little bit about even the religious institutions, because a lot of questions also come around. Oh, if I'm having this for better or for worse, what does this mean for me in a religious perspective? You know, in the Muslim faith, you say nataka talaka.
Now talaka. Number talaka, Baba. Number talaka. 3 times. And
you're done.
And you turn your back. That's it.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Yeah. In the Christian tradition, there may be some differences. Some different denominations have their different ways. But it's, you know, at the end of the day, it's up to you, because you are the one going home and living with this person. Yeah?
So what I don't know, when you're asking for this talaka, do you pack your things first?
You pack your things
and take them away, because you know living can be tricky.
Yeah.
Someone can beat you so hard and take away all your stuff.
Yeah.
Your marriage certificate, your school certificate, documents, those important things. Before you get emotional and start offering talaka, make sure you have your stuff. Make sure you have your stuff, because getting back into that house will involve some 8 policemen. Yeah.
So as you are looking at weddings and marriages and looking at better for worse, I think the most important thing that I'm gaining from this conversation is jijue, know yourself.
Yeah, can you make it for better or for worse?
Yeah.
Or do you just want to come and stay?
Yeah, and what can you cope with? What can you deal with? Yeah. And communicate that with
at the end of it all, it's just dialogue. All these things about dialogue. Sometimes you see something, but you're afraid to offend people. You're afraid to offend your partner, so you're just agreeing to things and you're holding grudges. Yeah. Conversation is so important. Conversation is so really important.
And especially in this world, in this diaspora, it will not last long, because people don't have patience.
Yeah, in America, a lot of the times people don't do that vow of for better or for worse. People create their own vows. Yeah, now you write your own vows.
You write your own
terms and
conditions.
You don't have to say for better or for worse in a wedding, because you know who you are. You know how much you can take. You know that you can take having all your teeth removed, being boxed, you know, being burnt in the house. Can you take that? So for me, it's not for better or for worse. It is how much are you giving back what I'm giving you in return.
Exactly. So as we transition to this topic, hey Grace, we have really been on this topic.
Oh yeah, we've been hot. Kumechacha na wedding, kumechacha na better na worse, kumechacha hapa tujipango studios. I'm drinking hot tea because you treat fire with fire. If I drink water now, I'll get moto.
Yeah. And me, I have a question for Kenyans. And mbona mkunywi dawa? As we move straight into the topic on medications in Kenya, we saw a report came out a couple of weeks ago.
Kenyans are afraid of medicine.
No, they're so afraid of medicine.
You don't want to swallow your medicine.
You're the ones the doctor will give you. Your mom gives you medicine, you hide back
here. You hide here, then you hide down. Even in hospital, you're keeping medicine under the bed. catch. We see you. And somebody even this morning, you have not taken your medication. You need it. Oh, Kenyan.
So there's a report that came out a couple of weeks ago that was talking about
but it's about the blue pill, and we're not talking about Viagra, although Viagra is part of sex life. We are talking about the blue pill, which is Truvada. So this
also known as PrEP.
So recently, just a month ago, this report was given at the UN in the Netherlands by the National AIDS Control Council in Kenya and the STI and Infectious Committee something. And they said that most Kenyans drop their medicine. Most Kenyans drop their medicine within the first month.
Wow, 30 days.
30 days. Within the first 30 days, the Kenyans who were given this medication to take had stopped taking their medicine. In fact, in 6 months, less than 10% of Kenyans had taken their medicine. And remember that this medicine is for... Rumona says, I don't like medicine, I like chai. Yeah, Rumona, you're the people we are talking to. We are going to inbox you and we are going to convince you why you need to take your medicine. Kenyans are not taking their medicine. Kenyans wanaogopa madawa sana. Kenyans love Waganga maarufu kutoka Tanzania, instant treatment. But going back to the research, this was a serious research because now there's prevention for HIV. If you are not HIV positive, you can take the blue pill.
You can take the blue pill.
You can take the blue pill, 1 pill per day, and you'll not be infected.
Yes.
You can have the blue pill even if your partner is HIV positive and they're not using protection. They can give you an STI, they can give you gonorrhea,
they can make you pregnant,
make you pregnant, but they cannot give you HIV.
Yes.
Remember, syphilis is still not treatable, and syphilis takes up to 7 years before it shows up.
That thing is a full life.
That one is bad news. Yes. Yeah. So, and herpes is untreatable too, and it brings up cancer.
Yeah.
And remember that there's just a report that also showed that America had the highest number. There was a lot more. Philadelphia had the highest number of STIs in the country.
Yeah. So
but back to Kenya.
Yes. So Truvada or PrEP are things, medication that was, if you've ever been in the healthcare field, it's prescribed as a pre-exposure prophylaxis. If you're even working in the field and you feel like you may have been exposed, these are the types of medications they give people. You may be in a committed relationship with someone who is positive and you still want to engage in sexual relations. You can use that medication to help you protect yourself if you don't want to use a condom for that. It's not just, sometimes they'll say, oh, why do I take that? What's the point? But it's a medication that has so many uses, and you said that it's premiered in Kenya. It was
actually Cambria, I think, in Nairobi. Kenyans participated a lot. Kenyans produced this PrEP, the Truvada pill, and now it's used in America, in Europe, and all parts of the world. But Kenyans themselves don't want to use it because they're mistaking it for Viagra.
They're mistaking it for Viagra, and they don't want to be associated as people who take Viagra.
People take Viagra because if you have been reading the news, you know that Viagra has killed some of the most important people in Kenya. We don't name them. Yes, if you read the news. So I don't know why
Viagra, also some antidepressant. If you're taking medication for mental health and depression, anxiety, there's some medications that look similar to the blue pill.
Yes.
But why are people not taking, even the ones that are starting to take after 30 days? Why are they
this research was mainly between youth that are 15 to 29 years old. They just said they didn't want to take it because they thought it would make the men more sexually active. And that they would not be able to cope with it.
So women didn't take it?
Yeah, the women didn't take it. The men didn't take it either. The men didn't take it. The question they were saying is, why should you take this HIV prevention and treatment issue is very complicated. Because the cure has not been found. As we know, right now they're at that stage of the research for the cure. There are 24 people in the whole of US that are on trial for the cure. And they're at the Worcester Institute and other institutes in Philadelphia here. I think it's Philadelphia Fight and Worcester Institute and all the other Beat HIV community. I've selected only 24 people all over the world to be in the cure. These are people who are going to take the risk for prevention. They're going to have injections every week. They're going to have blood removed from their whole body. They extract the plasma and put it back.
So intensive trials.
Intensive trials. So Kenyans are asking, why should we take medication when I don't have HIV? A cure. I don't have it. It's not a cure. It's a prevention. If someone has been diagnosed with HIV, why is it my responsibility as someone who's not living with HIV to prevent myself from them? You see, and yet love knows no bounds because you're still going to fall in love with someone who is HIV positive, and they may not tell you.
Or you may it doesn't necessarily have to be about love. You may be someone who's a sexually active young person. Young people they've seen in Kenya are contributing up to 50% of the new HIV infections that are happening in the country.
But Grace, just doing my research this week and talking to some Kenyans, they say that this is more to do with the recent research or a recent result that came out that Kenyans, 1.7 million Kenyans had been tested positive, yet they were negative because of the false kits.
The false kits.
The false kits are making people unsure of whether to take medication. And Kenyans have different priorities, I tell you. Kenyans should have made noise. Kenyans should have gone to court. If 1.7 million Kenyans were tested positive for HIV and yet they were negative. The kits were faulty. The second kit was faulty. They took them to Belgium. They were faulty. So someone has put you on medication and yet you're negative.
And who is following up?
Who's
Who's calling people to say?
Tender is the new corruption. Tender, the word tender, I fear that word. Please don't name your child Tender. Give your child any other name.
Tender is not really
Campo, or Roscoe, Trump, not Trump, but don't name your child Tender because Tender is the new poison. Tender is the new. I don't like that word. The tender for the kits. Somebody ate something and brought false kits for testing HIV and tested people positive for HIV. 1.7 million people, and they are on ARVs.
So back to the topic. There's this medication that's out there that supports the prevention, supports. It's almost like a vaccine without. No, it's not a vaccine.
No, it's not a vaccine.
It's a preventative.
It's when you stop taking it, you get infected.
You can get infected. So Kenyans are there's still high rates of AIDS, HIV. New rates of HIV infections happening in Africa and especially in Kenya among young people. There's a medication out there on the street, but there's still people are going back and forth. What is this?
But
after 30 days, people are dropping them off because also I think I saw another thing is people feel embarrassed when they are taking something out every day. They feel that they're sick.
Especially if it is blue. And now the new Kenya uniform from China is blue.
Why would you take something every day and you're not sick?
You're swallowing a policeman.
So people don't want to be taking a thing every day and be taking it maybe in front of it's a personal decision. You don't want to
may not have disclosed to your partner. But Kenyans also have other reasons for not taking the medication, and one of them is the Holy Spirit. People have become so spiritual in Kenya that they're removing their clothes, remaining stuck naked for the Holy Spirit to come into your body and heal you.
So the Holy Spirit is the cure.
The cure. The Holy Spirit comes and you remove all your clothes in church and remain stuck naked.
Ever since I saw Dr. Kanyari.
This is the new religion.
Ever since I saw Dr. Kanyari and his cure, please go to the hospital.
There's another one, Grace. I had posted it on Tujipange, but I had to put it down. Women, our mothers, our sisters, our aunts, our grandmothers, and their fathers, they were all removing their bras and underwear for the Holy Spirit to come down and cure HIV, to cure malaria, to cure asthma. When you can just drink ginger, or you need the inhaler. You don't need. I don't want to decide for people how they relate with their God, but I'm just giving. Let me not be non-judgmental. Some Kenyans are not taking their medication, whether it's ARVs or whether it's the PrEP. We have to distinguish between PrEP, and then we will come to that, because the pastors have told them that you can remove all your clothes and stay stuck naked.
As we speak about Wanja so, and when we speak of spirituality, Waganga waku wako, they are very prominent.
I tell you,
prominent witch doctors ready to take away life problems,
when I came to America,
cancer.
I thought when I came to America, I would be riding an ambulance. I would be in a hospital with all these modern equipment, X-ray machines.
Where did you find yourself?
I found out that they are Waganga mashuhuri kutoka Zanzibar, Tanzania. They are in every corner, my friend. They are doing the wonders they're doing in Nairobi. They cure cancer. They allege. This Maganga Mashuhuri got green cards. Maganga Mashuhuri
special envoys.
But I don't think they are registered if you are found. So I was working with a client, and the client was not taking the medication. And the client instead asked me to help her with a fare to go and see the medicine man in Northeast Philly. And I was like, wow, you mean we have Waganga, we have witch doctors, Kenyan witch doctors in America. Kenyans, you are good at everything.
And you will see them in the groups, you'll see them sharing their resume
in the groups. So they're Kenyans. So this is also one of the reasons that Kenyans in the diaspora, some Kenyans in the diaspora, because maybe they're afraid of they do not have papers, and if they go to the clinics, they want all your information. So the witch doctors, the medicine men in the community are helping out. So some of them use charms. We also have tarot. What do you call them? The people who read your future.
The tarot
guys. They're sitting by the pavements asking you to come so we can read for you your future. Come, let us tell you who is making you not succeed. So the world is the same. Duniani
Viringo.
It's the same.
And there's also the aspect of there's the spiritual aspect, but then there's also the native, the herbs that grandmother used to make. Are you someone who swears on muarobaini and ginger? Is that your cure? Is that your prevention too?
A lot of mothers to clean their babies with the marubaini, but Kenyans sometimes don't like to take the medicine because of the advertisements on the newspaper. We have good morning.
That was a kofta or something?
Good morning, lung tonic. There's kofta, there's Vicks.
They don't taste as good as they used to.
Yeah, Vicks Vapor Rub, there's Rub, there's all these things you can buy. You can buy ginger root, ginger, lemon, garlic, especially when you have a bad flu. A lot of people don't realize that sometimes when you get a bad flu, sometimes it's an HIV infection. It's just not
the beginning of an HIV infection.
So when you have this normal flu, just normal flu, homa kawaida, that's a cold. But when you have such a serious flu and you take ginger, lemon, garlic, and it doesn't work, that's the onset of a new HIV infection.
Go get tested. Go speak to a doctor.
Yeah, because it may disappear. But after that, the virus will just keep multiplying in your body until it shows up later and
it's a couple of days things and then it goes away.
Yeah, and then for those people, those are my friends who are on antiretrovirals. If you are on your Resistor, you know what I'm talking about, Genvoya, Stribils, whatever medication you're on, Atripla. Make sure you don't stop your medication. Don't give yourself a drug holiday because the doctor, whatever medication you're on, the drug is going to keep multiplying. Your viral load is going to go up, and before we go down.
Nothing will substitute your direct attention on it. Yeah. And even if you're, Dr. Sebi has all this, you find a lot of information on the internet on how to cure AIDS and all this. I don't know what, Grace, I don't know. Maybe I should ask you about this Dr. Sebi and all these the recipes that are put together, or people that are talking about specific regimens. Even drinking urine in the morning was
drinking urine in the morning was a cure. But remember that urine might be having STIs in it, and you're drinking it. And urine is also very acidic. It's going to interfere with your gastrointestine. You're going to have gastrointestinal. We should bring in some medical people. In the future, we'll be bringing in some people. But just remember, especially antibiotics. Don't stop your antibiotics because it's going to recur. Whatever you're suffering from is going to recur. Don't stop taking antibiotics because you feel that you have side effects. You're feeling nauseous, you have diarrhea. Just keep taking it. Or if you stop it, go and have it changed within 3 days. That's very, very important. But I don't know why Kenyans are not afraid of corruptions. They're not afraid of death. They're not afraid of murder. But they're afraid of just a simple pill.
A simple pill.
Just dawa.
And I think it should be free. Not only it should be accessible, it should be free. And I resourced that if you're looking to find more information about HIV treatment, education, PEPFAR is a great program. PEPFAR is like an American-funded initiative towards the global AIDS epidemic. There are clinics out there that give medication for low cost or even for free. So if you know someone who's really struggling with their medication,
please, government clinics with free medication. But one of the challenges one of the challenges with antiretroviral drugs, the ARVs, is that sometimes there's not enough. Like I remember when you go to places like some government clinics, they say, we are only going to give 100 people today. And yet you're supposed to take the medication every 3 months. So if you miss that 3 months, you might not want to go back. Poverty has also been an issue. You don't want to take medication on an empty stomach because a lot of these medications are very, very they're very toxic, very, very toxic. Then especially if you've taken medication for a very long time, you get what you call medicine fatigue. Medicine fatigue is a big issue. But please
also
take your medicine.
Counterfeit medication is also a serious fear for a lot of people. You don't know if you're eating chalk or actual medication. So Grace, we're about to end our show. We are about to end well, when we're talking about the aspect of medical, we want to maybe we'll get into places that you can find more information, ways that you can contribute medically in Kenya.
And in the diaspora, I just want to let you know that in the diaspora, even if you don't have insurance, they're federally qualified health centers. They're called FQHCs. They will give you free medication. They will give you free treatment. They will give you ensure to drink, because sometimes when you have HIV, you waste away. You tend to waste away. They can also help you, refer you to a doctor who can do for you surgery on lipodystrophy.
When you have
a lot of fat in your stomach. So don't be afraid to go out. Again, these clinics will not they will not release your information. They will not release your legal status. So don't die at home. I know there are Kenyans who are suffering from cancer, but because they don't have the papers, legal papers, they're just at home drinking beer and drinking ginger tea, herbal tea, chamomile tea, apple cider tea. but you can do much better than that. You know, there are places in Philadelphia.
Welcome, Jen Kinder. Hi, Mom.
Jen Kinder, hi, Mom. You can go to Philadelphia Fight. You can go to Health Partners. You can go to which other any federally qualified, any federally qualified health center in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, will give you free treatment without insurance. Will give you free food. They also give you Manna Meals. You have Manna Meals. There's a non-profit that just gives you healthy foods for all until you get your papers. So don't suffer out there. They're free resources that you can.
And you can access. Not only are there the federally qualified or community health centers, there are also like clinics that are public health that are funded by the city. So I know Philadelphia has several health centers around the city that's paid for by the state. So look in your different cities and in your different towns and see, is there a public health clinic there? Can you go there? Because that is probably maybe the first point we will be referred to these community health centers for treatment.
Also, it's important to get because I'm talking with this apple is so sweet.
It's so sweet.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Don't forget your fruits, even if you're not ready to take your medicine yet.
Or you can take yogurt on your way to fruit.
Yes.
So there's a lot of resources and information, I say, for people living specifically in the US. For those of you who are living in Europe or Asia, let us know what you do. You know, I'll be curious to see what healthcare looks like for you out there.
And when I first came here, I didn't have any health insurance, but I ended up getting very sick. I ended up being admitted in hospital, and one of the group called Pathfinders paid for me $5,000 because they have social workers. If you keep your mouth closed,
you won't get
help.
You will not get help.
You remember I tried lipstick last time and it didn't work for me, so my mouth is just dry. If you don't ask for help, you will not get fed. I asked for help. I said I was sick. I said what I was suffering from. I was not ashamed. And they gave me treatment. I was in hospital for 1 week. I didn't have $1, but they paid for me $5,000. So utilize your facility. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid because you live only once.
And I'm excited to say this because I just found the African Immigrant Health Forum, which is held by the African Community Health Alliance in Texas. And they're actually going to be doing an African Immigrant Health Forum at the Southwest Multi-Service Center. This is in Houston, Texas, on September 29th.
Texas, come out. I love Texas, so they always show up for their friends, for the community.
And they speak specifically about the needs of people that are coming here. You know, what we've talked about, if you don't know how to navigate.
If
you're in Texas, look out for that because that's I think that's a great opportunity.
And we have the Welcoming Center for Pennsylvanians where they welcome new Americans. Please come and join there. We have the 11/1990 Training and Upgrading Fund where you can be trained in any healthcare industries and you can get sponsorship. So there are many opportunities. Keep tab with us. We'll be giving you this update. We'll be posting them on tujipangeke.com. That's our newspaper. E-version.
And on the last tip, I also want to say that there are great people in the diaspora who are doing things, health focused things in the community. We already shouted out Apoyo Biggie. I saw you with the Jigga Clinic in
good-hearted friends, a good-hearted man.
And really good and also Healthcare Access Worldwide, a great group.
And a big shout out to Lorna Were, Roda Juang, and the whole group at The Hague. You're doing a great job.
They're doing a medical mission trip that is going to be from December to January. You can join through the website, but they're accepting volunteers for a medical mission trip that's gonna be going in Homa Bay County, Marsabit, Baringo, Kiambu.
Free clinics. You won't be charged anything.
For volunteer professionals to go and provide this great service in the country.
So we started off with the weddings, and the wedding is coming to Kenya. 16 lessons, a year for mama. The father wants the suit. Let's support her.
We will be the official wedding celebrants.
We have drummed it so hard. Oh my God. Somebody please send us a drum. Our Kenyan friends, Kwitu Marketplace, they're doing a great job with Kenyan market. Build Kenya. Send us a new drum.
Drums.
We just talk. Which song are we singing when this Arambe?
Freshly Mwamburi, maybe.
Maybe. We play for Freshly Mwamburi. Ilikuwa tarehe 7. No.
Ilikuwa tarehe 17 mwezi wa 5. Ilikuwa tarehe 17 mwezi wa 5.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes.
Thank you for joining our show.
Let me give a shout out to Kwitu Houston chapter. We love Kwitu Houston chapter.
Queens of the Nile.
Kwitu Houston chapter is having the 2nd anniversary celebration. That's 29th. When you come out of the health forum at 11:30, you go straight to the Kwitu Houston at 4 to 9. Lily Richards will be there. The International Cultural Festival happening right now has Samba Mapangala, Yamarachi, Ian Mzungu Mwafrika. We also want to shout out Victoria Kageni Woodard. You did a great job at the York City Boutique Week. Cousin Zuri, we appreciate you. Fashion show, mentorship businesses, acknowledging success in America, right? Success in the diaspora. Now, on this note, we will finish our tea, eat our mandazi.
Yes, we are hungry. I'm starving. Yes, I was talking like a broken water tap. But thank you, viewers. See you next Saturday. And watch out our prompts in the week. We will be going around Philadelphia and Pennsylvania, showing you all the beautiful scenery.
One day, all
making you salivate and tantalize to come and join us in America.
Kumechacha.
Kumechacha. Kumechacha. Kumechacha. Kumechacha. Kumechacha. Kumechacha.